On the way, the weather changed. Wind and rain buffeted Edward. His sanding gear failed, and his fireman rode in front, dropping sand on the rails by hand. Suddenly, Edward's wheels slipped fiercely. With a shrieking crack, something broke. The crew inspected the damage. Repairs took some time. "One of your crank pins broke, Edward," said his driver. "That will be much easier," said Edward. "Come on," he puffed, and moved cautiously forward. The first coach moving helped to start the second, and the second helped the third. "I've done it! I've done it!" puffed Edward. "Steady, boy," warned his driver. "Well done, boy. You've got them! You've got them!" And he listened happily to Edward's steady beat as he forged slowly but surely ahead. At last, battered, weary, but unbeaten, Edward steamed in. Henry was waiting for the visitors with the special train. "Peep, peep!" The fat controller angrily pointed to the clock, but excited passengers cheered and thanked Edward, his driver and fireman.
Sir Topham Hatt sent Mavis back to the quarry to do what she does best. But he also realized that now and then it was nice for her to take cars down to the docks. And that makes Mavis a very happy engine indeed.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Oh, I do like to stroll along the prom, where the brass bands play tiddly-um-hum-hum.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea.
When I'm down beside the sea,
I'm beside myself with glee beside the seaside, beside the sea.
Thomas se enganchó a los vagones de correo de Percy y se alejó rápidamente. Estaba contento de poder ayudar a su mejor amigo. Percy partió a todo vapor en busca de Annie y Clarabel. Estaba ansioso por recoger a la banda de música. Poco después, Thomas llegó resoplando a Great Waterton. Percy estaba esperando a la banda.
Eres mi mejor amigo, Percy. De ahora en adelante, siempre voy a contarte todo.
Y juntos hicieron sonar su silbido de mejores amigos para que todos los oyeran.
When Henry returned, he was most surprised. There were Terence and Trevor busily helping the workmen clear the torn stumps and branches. "Look, Henry," called Terence, "we're beginning again. The hillside will look better than ever before. You'll see." Now, whenever Henry stops by the forest, he can see the new trees growing strong and tall. Sometimes, everywhere is very quiet, and at other times, Henry can hear leaves rustling or a bird's wing brushing the air. Often, he can hear the distant sound of children laughing, and always, he is happy here.
Y empezaron los problemas. Un enganche se abrió.
¡Sorpresa! ¡Atrápanos si puedes!
¡Oh, no!, gritó Percy. El maquinista de Percy advirtió al guardavía y el capataz del depósito le contó al inspector gordo lo que estaba sucediendo. Van hacia la gran colina, eso hará que disminuyan la velocidad, pero es posible que regresen al pueblo. Entonces tenemos que detenerlos, dijo el inspector gordo. Y comenzó la persecución. Al llegar a la colina se adelantaron a los furgones. El inspector gordo y Bertie se detuvieron en seco y los esperaron cerca de la cima. En la colina, los furgones disminuyeron la velocidad hasta que se detuvieron. Luego los hombres colocaron rápidamente bloques de madera detrás de las ruedas para que no pudieran ir marcha atrás. Los furgones ya no podrían moverse. En ese momento llegó Percy. ¿Y qué te pareció?, bromeó Bertie. No hay nada más emocionante que una buena persecución.
Fue una verdadera sorpresa, respondió Percy. Tenías razón. Una locomotora verdaderamente útil jamás debería ser sorprendida.
Whoa! Maybe I should have gone to the Washdown first. How strange!
Boilers! I can't stop! Look out, Emily! If only I'd listened.
Rheneas did his best. If I fail, he thought to himself, the passengers will be cross and the railway will close. Everything blurred. He was really too tired to make another turn of his wheels, but he did. And another, and another, and another. Finally, tired but triumphant, Rheneas reached the station. "I'm here at last," he wheezed. "Thank you for getting us home," said the passengers. "We'll tell all our friends what a fine railway this is." His driver was delighted. "You're a gallant little engine," he said to Rheneas. "When you're rested, we'll mend you, so you'll be ready for tomorrow."
Henry, I have taken all the trucks from the quarry, but I need you to help me now.
You were able to take all the trucks? Even with your bad coal?
It wasn't easy, Harry, but sometimes you have to keep on puffing.
Well, I did want to wait for the good, clean coal to arrive, but if you can keep on puffing, Hiro, maybe I can keep on puffing too.
So Hiro and Henry set off to the smelter's yard. Hiro and Henry collected the flatbeds loaded with heavy iron girders. Hiro pulled and Henry pushed.
These are very heavy flatbeds, Hiro.
Keep puffing, Henry. We must get to the docks before the ship leaves.
Henry and Hiro puffed and chuffed. But now, Henry's firebox started to make some strange noises too.
My firebox is making lots of noise, Hiro. Maybe we should go and see if the new coal has arrived yet.
No, Henry. We don't have time. The ship leaves at 4.
Then, as Hiro and Henry puffed up Gordon's Hill, there was a very strange noise. But it wasn't Henry that stopped puffing. It was Hiro.
Hiro? Why have you stopped?
My firebox is blocked. I've broken down. I'm sorry, Henry. You were right. We should have tried to get the new coal. Now we will never get to the docks on time.
Don't worry, Hiro. You taught me to keep on puffing. So that is what I'm going to do.
Henry puffed as hard as he could, and slowly they started to move up the hill. Henry was pushing all the flatbeds, and Hiro as well.
Well done, Henry! Keep on puffing!
Henry clunked and clanked, and clattered and rattled. His wheels were wobbly and his axles ached, but he kept on puffing. The dog-whippers cheered for Henry when they saw him shunting Hiro and the flatbed. Then the Fat Controller came to see the engines.
Well done.
Stop! Thieves!
Oh, crumbs! We've been rumbled! Quick!
They've got the crown! I'll stop them, sir! Stop! Drop that crown!
Faster! Faster! He's gaining on us!
So long, you old shed!
Right, stop that. Let's run.
All right. Not so fast.
I think we've lost him. Hey?
What's that?
All right, you villains. Stand and deliver what you've taken.
All right, then.
Well done, Toby!
Los cerditos acaban de nacer. Thomas estaba encantado.
¡Calderas hirvientes! Mire qué pequeños son y qué tiernos.
Thomas vio que a los cerditos les encantaba la suave paja.
¡Ay, ese cerdito está mirándome!
Creo que lo llamaré Thomas. Thomas estaba feliz. Sus ejes hormigueaban y su caldera burbujeaba.
The next day, Bertie and the medal winner arrived with a surprise for Thomas. A small boy presented him with a gold medal on a red ribbon. You were very helpful at Sports Day. So we thought you should have a medal of your own, added the boy. My very own medal, said Thomas. Thank you. 3 cheers for Thomas, the #1 engine. But I still won the race, tooted Bertie. Thomas just peeped happily.
Duck loved coasting down the hill, running easily with the wind whistling past. Suddenly, it was a conductor's warning whistle. Hurrah, 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 laughed the cars. We've broken away, we've broken away. Chase him, bump him, throw him off the rails. They yelled. Hurry, Duck, hurry, said the driver. They raced through Edward Station, but the cars were catching up. As fast as we can, then they'll catch us gradually. The driver was gaining control. Another clear mile and we'll do it. Oh, glory, look at that! James was just pulling out on their line from the station ahead. Any minute there could be a crash. It's up to you now, Duck, cried the driver. Duck put every ounce of weight and steam against the cars. It's too late, Duck groaned and shut his eyes. He veered into a siding where a barber had set up shop. He was shaving a customer. The silly cars had knocked their conductor off his van and left him far behind after he had whistled a warning. But the cars didn't care. They were feeling very pleased with themselves. Beg pardon, sir, gasped Duck. Excuse my intrusion. No, I won't, said the barber. You frightened my customers. I'll teach you. And he lathered Duck's face all over. Poor Duck.
That night, Percy and Duck stayed a little longer at the quay. The air was warm and the sea calm. There's a shooting star, said Duck. Don't be daft, laughed Percy. It's Harold. Look, he's hovering overhead. Something fluttered down towards Duck. His driver caught it. It's a flag from the regatta. Harold's giving it to you as a present, Duck. That was kind of Harold, whispered Duck. He may have whirly arms instead of wheels, but he seems to understand just what an engine needs. Duck still wonders about the lands beyond the horizon, but I think he knows that sometimes the best travels are those we can only dream about. Don't you?
Thomas is a tank engine who lives at a big station on the island of Sodor. He's a cheeky little engine with 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. He's a fussy little engine too, always pulling coaches about ready for the big engines to take on long journeys. And when trains come in, he pulls the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest. Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does. He loves playing tricks on them, including Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all. Thomas likes whistling rudely at him. Wake up, lazy bones, why don't you work hard like me?
I was on my way back down the line again when I noticed something worrying up ahead. That campfire looks pretty big. Oh! Fizzling fireboxes! Ranger Jill! There's a bushfire spreading through the rainforest!
Oh, thank goodness you're here, Thomas. We need to get to safety down on the coast.
Are the animals going to be okay?
Most of them will be able to get out of the forest all right.
But what about the koalas? They're so slow.
We'll pick them up along the way.
Wait! Where's the koala with the little white beard? I saw him this morning at the water station.
Oh, that's Banjo. He's not here.
Oh, no. Poor Banjo. I'll find him.
Be careful, Thomas. It could be dangerous.
Banjo! Banjo! Oh, the water station. I'm coming, Banjo! There he is! Oh, I don't want to blow my whistle and scare him off. Oh, I know. Grab that branch. Come on, little Banjo. This way. You can do it. Now let's get you to safety.
Thomas! Banjo! I'm so glad you're both okay. And good news, I've just heard that the firefighters have the bushfire under control.
Where's Shane?
He's busy lugging rocks, Isla. But don't worry, I can go.
I don't know if I can make it through the storm. It's too dangerous, Thomas. We should turn back too.
No, Aubrey. We've got to keep going. The townsfolk need us.
Must keep going. We're almost there. Phew. We made it. The cyclone must have blown over. No, Thomas. We're just in the eye of the storm.
The storm has an eye?
The eye means the center of the storm, where it's calm for just a few minutes.
What? Oh, no!
We've got to go quickly, Thomas!
But I don't know if I'm strong enough to get through the storm again.
You can do it, Thomas!
You're right! If I'm strong enough to get into the cyclone, then I'm strong enough to get out of it. Lost my bumpers! There's a tree on the tracks!
We'll never make it back to Darwin.
Yes, we will!
You did it, Thomas!
We're heroes! Go, Thomas, quick, get us out of here!
Great job, Thomas! You got everyone out safely.
A cyclone is no match for a strong and sturdy engine. Well done, Dr. Tomo.
The dam's breaking up. We must find high ground, shouted Toby's driver. Your only chance is to cross the bridge, called Percy. It doesn't look safe to me, wailed Toby. It's our only chance, said his driver. If the dam breaks, we'll be done for. Toby was halfway across the bridge when disaster struck. Help! Called Toby. We'll follow him on our line. It meets the river further down. As Toby floated helplessly on the floodwaters, they passed a sign that made them shudder. Beware the waterfall. If we go over that waterfall, we're doomed. Then they saw Harold, who swooped low and shouted urgently to them. We're going to drop a rope to you. Attach it to yourself, quickly now. And they did, to one of Toby's buffers. Just then, Percy arrived. Harold flew over to him. Catch the rope and pull Toby to safety, he called. Toby was safe at last.
Suddenly, he was going faster and faster. He realized that he had no driver. What shall I do? I can't stop. Help! Help! We're coming, called Edward. Edward was panting up behind with every ounce of steam he had. At last he caught up with James. Steady, Edward, called his driver. The inspector stood on Edward's front, holding a noose of rope in the crook of the shunter's pole. He was trying to slip it over James's buffer. The engine swayed and lurched. At last! Got him! He shouted. He pulled the noose tight. Gently braking, Edward's driver checked the engine's speed, and James's fireman scrambled across and took control. So the old iron caught you after all, chuckled Edward. I am sorry, whispered James. Thank you for saving me. You were splendid, Edward. That's all right, replied Edward.
The children had a lovely day, but by tea time, dark clouds loomed ahead. Annie and Clarabelle were glad when Percy arrived. He was just in time. The rain streamed down Percy's boiler. Ugh! He shivered and thought of his nice dry shed. Percy struggled on past coastal villages and into the countryside. The river was rising fast. I wish I could see, I wish I could see, complained Percy as he battled against the rain. More trouble lay ahead. Hissed Percy. The water is sloshing my fire. The water lapped Percy's wheels. Percy was losing steam again, but he plunged bravely on. I promised, he panted. I promised. He made one more big effort, and at last, exhausted but triumphant, he brought the train home. Well done, Percy, cheered Thomas. You kept your promise, despite everything. Sir Topham had arrived in Harold. First he thanked the men, then Percy.